Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Good mush morning. Good morning, everybody. I see some of my good friends here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Give a couple of hugs out there to each other, and we'll get started in about a minute. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's great to be here. I wish I was at a mush fest instead, but it's great to be here. Excuse me. There's Herbie. Herbie's on the ball already this morning. That sounds good, Malachi. Good for you. Good morning. 1A questions. Head for that website right there, the DetroitMushLab.net. Scroll to the bottom. There's an email way to reach me. You can ask all the questions you want over there, bro. Still in Illinois, Kimmy. Getting home, are ya? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's give it another minute or so, and then we'll open up. Oh, free. Do you think I'm going to tell any stories this week? We're just going straight to FAE. That's the only thing we have to talk about today. Let's talk about growing mushrooms today. No? No? Who wants to hear a story? Does anybody want to hear a story? Maybe a few. Who wants to hear stories this morning? Who'd rather me talk about FAE? FAE or Mushfest stories? Free. FAE. Let's do some FAE story time. I think we could talk about, we should talk about fresh air exchange. Sounds good, Juan. Hit me up at that site, the Detroit Mush Lab. Okay? Air out the stories, Kim says. Well. Maybe start with this. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to end with this one today as well. Okay, you ready? This is a small group, Sarah. You don't even know. Okay, this is a small group. This is one of my favorite videos, though, I gotta be honest. Okay? I'm gonna show it at the beginning of today. I'm gonna show it at the end of today when you know a little bit more about these characters. And that's not just, this is about a fourth of the characters that were characterized. Where's that video? How do we do it? Okay, so Mush Fest. Here we go. Take one. Pops is running into the scene. These kids are the survivors. There were many more here before. Many will come. But these are the survivors. Can you just give me a survivor shout? All right. There we go. The motorcycles in the neighborhood were a perfect time. They think they're done. Herbie. Rock hands. Rough. We have the nicest guy in town. Nerdy. Derek Anderson. James Afro. Little Kevin. Michael. Kind of hooked up with Dr. Kim. She's divine. Sometimes known as Laura. We also have right here, she's Gypsy. She has an incredibly handsome husband named Brendan. The books and everything else you can imagine are back here in this big and a cat. We also have over here, we have, wait. Trippy Hippie, Lady K, I think it was JC, my bad. My vice president and the guy that makes this stuff happen, Sandy. We also have back here Chuti. Don't look into his eyes. Hey, we have the Waz. Waz, give me a five. Yes. And we got cops. Oh, everybody get called names. Amazing. I wish we'd done that video with more groups of, because we had groups, groupie McGroupertons everywhere. Let me start out. I think Brock told you guys a little bit yesterday. Okay, a tiny bit to begin yesterday, but let me give you a little background. Okay? We have one word that we used for this weekend, more than any other word. I have one word that I said more often than anything, and especially as many times as I could. I would go up to somebody, turn the music down. Okay, Penny. Sorry, doll. Okay, is that better? There was one word I used more than anyone. Every time I would hug someone, I would whisper in their ear, "Thank you for being flexible." Thank you for being flexible. This weekend was a test of flexibility and kindness being exhibited no matter what happens. Does that make sense? Friday, everybody's gathering at Pop's house. We were having a phenomenal time, and we're going to head on over to the Mush house, which was, some of us have seen the pictures, and a few here or there. We head on over there. It's, gosh darn it, we show up on time. It is the most beautiful house we could possibly imagine. I'm walking around with my eyes just the size of pie pans. I'm walking around, I'm just thinking, we couldn't have scored a greater place. This is it. There's this big, huge, long lawn down to the river. Ruffy's never even been on a place like this great before. Okay? It was, in a physical sense, one of the prettiest places you could imagine to have a gathering. So we're gathering. And as you guys know, the Mush Festers, we do two things very well. There's two things over my experience of the last 7 Mush Fests that we do very, very well. And one of those is have a very good time. Boom. We can have a good time in a minute almost anywhere. That's number one. The other thing that we've always shown is that we exhibit a good deal of responsibility to each other in situations like this, and to the property itself that we've rented. One of the reasons for that is in the future, we always want to be known as a group that can be invited and trusted. So that's important to us, and it's in our genes, it's in our DNA, okay? So, there's this big, beautiful deck out in the back. You could hold 30, 40 people just on the deck alone. Nice picnic table on the deck. What do? We attack the picnic table. We attack it. There's bongs out. There's pipes out. This will probably be the Snoop table. Outside, on the deck, nice spot. The other side of the deck has a fire table, has an overhang gazebo thing. I mean, we're going to do it on the... Well, let me show you. Hold on. We're gonna be partying on the deck. Pretty much. Okay? We're gonna pretty much party on the deck. Oh boy. What happened to all these pictures I tried sending? Huh. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I sent the pictures to my laptop. Where are all the pictures I sent? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I apologize. I thought I had downloaded them to my laptop. Hold on. That's what it looks like from the deck out to the river. And people are having a good time, cartwheeling around on that thing. Rough is down there. People are already checking out the dock. We're trying to figure out where our fireplace is. Is this our fireplace? Is it over here? Is it over? We're trying to figure it all out and get ourselves set up. Okay? Let me see. Hold everything. Try to get this right. Okay. So it's beautiful. We'll be happy birthday to Lotta here in a little bit. Thanks, Chips, for sure, for sure. So Woody K and Billy D, you guys are just about right. We had a guy say, get off my lawn, and we also found out that it was too perfect. Okay, that's what we found out. All right, here. So we're there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And we're doing our thing. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Oh, this is before we went over there. There it is. Okay, so this is the first table. This is the first table on the deck. Okay? So we're already doing our thing at this table. All right? People hanging around here, and this is all looking great. No, right next door to this deck, right next door is this little bungalow. Cute, nice little bungalow. Look closely on the bungalow, and what do you notice? A camera. There's a camera, okay, on bungalow next door. And where's it pointing? Right at the Snoop table. I mean, it is pointing right at the Snoop table. There's the camera. All of a sudden, we get a phone call. Hey, this is the landlord. How come there's so many people at this at my house? First of all, how does he know? Hey, when we rented it to you guys, we said 10 guests only. Sure looks like there's more than 10 people there. We're writing back and forth. Not everybody's staying. We're just having a get together. We're having a gathering. Most of these people are, have their own places around here. And that was a true story. Not everybody that was there that day was actually booked to stay there. They had surrounding areas. I don't care. You're only allowed 10 people on the property at one time. Oh, yeah, by the way, Look in the fine print when you signed the contract for this place. We also told you could only have 4 cars in the driveway. I count 12 right now. Just as they're telling us he counts 12, what happens? Gypsy and Preston pull into the driveway, and they've got the coolest van trailer that you can imagine. I should have took a picture of it. Preston has custom made this beautiful trailer, okay? And they're pulling into the driveway. It's not bad enough there's 12 cars in the driveway, but we're going to now start bringing cars and trailers in. Of course, they had a place to stay too, but this guy, Mr. Camera, didn't give it a minute. So, best trailer ever, Greenie. So here, does anybody want to hear the rest of the story? Does anyone want to hear the rest of the story? Just about that. We have to get that. We have to lay out so you guys understand how come the pictures weren't being taken from the house. Right? So here we find out, look into the fine print, and it says, let me tell you guys from now on, if you're going to Airbnb, make sure you read the fine print. That's number 1. Okay? So here, if you look further into the fine print, because now I'm reading, I'm like, what other rules are we breaking? Okay? Inside, it says, no smoking on the property. Well, I've heard of no smoking inside. Most places will give you a little cigarette butt can and a place outside that you can smoke and do the right. No, you're not allowed a cigarette butt in the 3 acres. Don't think about it. If you smoke a cigarette, take 1 hit off of 1 crack pipe, and you're breaking the rules. All right? So now we find out we're not allowed to smoke there. I mean, even outside. Nobody was even smoking inside the house. It was too nice. We already figured that out. So, not even outside. Okay? No. Ghastly. I see Ghastly for the first time. Ghastly, we tried calling the 2 different numbers you gave me, and neither one went through. We really were trying to pick you up. But we'll figure that out. Sorry about that. I was hoping that you'd reach out to me so we could find you. No smoking. Okay. Everybody put your cigarettes out. If you want to smoke, you got to get in your car and go for a ride. Okay. So that's where we're at. We've all agreed. We're going to go smoke off property. You read further into it. It says there's 4 exterior cameras watching what you do. Well, so far, I've only seen 1 exterior camera. It was next door and was staring at the snoop table on the deck. For the next half hour, I'd say, 30 people were on an Easter, it wasn't an Easter egg hunt. We were on an Easter camera hunt. Okay? Where are those other cameras? It's a true story. We're trying to find out where the field of vision is on the cameras. And then maybe we could hide in between the intersection of the field of visions. I walk around the back side of the deck and crouched down behind the stairs and underneath one of the awnings, and 2 people taking a quick hit, hoping nobody sees them. I'm like, this is not how a Mush Fest is supposed to run. Okay, this isn't right. Meanwhile, as all of this is happening and we're trying to figure out what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? I start looking for other Airbnb, and Carlotta, we start looking for other Airbnb places that we can rent. It's Memorial Weekend. It's Friday evening. Everything in the area is completely booked. Completely booked. Okay? So what are we going to do? Well, maybe we'll all get a motel. What are we going to do? Oh my goodness, there's people, because don't forget, people have booked rooms around the house, making the house be the center. We're every half hour on the half hour. Every half hour. We're getting another phone call from Angry landlord. Hey, I thought you said you guys were going to be leaving. I thought some of those people, how come it looks like more people are coming than less? And I'm thinking to myself, this guy is literally, he's got all 4 cameras on one screen somewhere, and he's all over it. Half hour. So are you guys leaving yet? Half hour later. I better not see anybody smoking. How come there's still so many cars in the driveway? Half hour later. Another. It's like 7, 8 o'clock at night. We're still trying to figure out, what are we going to do? We can't stay here. This isn't working. We have rented the place. He technically hasn't done anything wrong. So even though I want all my money back, our money back, I know we're done. What are we going to do? By 9:30, one of the rules too, 10 o'clock till 8 o'clock in the morning, another fine print. From 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, you're not allowed any sound whatsoever. You got to be sleeping. I think he was going to check into a pillow check. I really do. By 9 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, his last message to us is, if you're not out of there by 10 o'clock, and it's down to just 10 people in the house, and 4 cars in the driveway, I'm calling the cops. We have a dose table set up. Wait for it. Wait. 1 second. You're not going to believe this. Give me 1 second. I thought I had all of these pictures downloaded to my phone. I apologize. But here we go. We had a dose table set up at the house. This was our first dose table. Everything on there was brought by people to give away to people. Brought by people, donated, and we're going to give this away. And this is sitting there. And we're being threatened. If you're not out of here, the police are coming. Get down to 10 people, get down to 4 cars in the driveway. So this right here, good news that it was on a tablecloth thing, just picked it up like it was a Santa Claus package. Okay? Just picked it up like it was a big Santa Claus bag. And Santa Claus, Mush Claus, took all of this stuff over to our other place. All right? This table became, let me show you. That table became this table. This is exactly where we hold tea in the morning. I'm at this table right now. That table became that table. All right? So we picked up everything and we brought it over to Pops's house in Ferndale. Meanwhile, by 9:15, I'm like, no matter what, we have got to get out of here. Let's go. We picked the 10 people that had paid for rooms, were legitimately allowed to stay at the house. We get it down to there's 4 cars in the driveway. Meanwhile, back at the studio, we get it down to 4 cars in the driveway, and we take off, and we all head over to Pops's house. And at my house, we don't have 5 bedrooms and a deck and a river. we have 2 bedrooms and about space for air mattresses. That's what we have. Okay, it's still a great place. We're all heading over, and at this time, internally, I feel certainly disappointed. Certainly, and I wasn't taking it personal. I had to work at it like it wasn't personal. But I felt like I was kind of letting the crew down because this was not what we planned. It just wasn't what we planned. And all of these people flying in and driving in, and I mean long drives, overnight stays, and all of this to get there. And we find out we're not going to do anything like we planned. We're going to end up at some little house in Ferndale. And all I could do is thank everybody for being so flexible, for being like rolling with the situation. What we find out as of Saturday morning, because this guy's still never stopping bothering the people in the house with different things that they have a problem with. What do we find out? Creepy guy, I shouldn't call him that because he has a right to do what he did with his property. Dude's living in his garage while we're inside the house. Dude's living in the garage. He'd been watching out the windows of the garage, everything that was happening outside. He had his 4 cameras going outside, and he could know every time someone went in and out the front door. He's living in the garage while we are spending $900 a night for his house. We're also going to have to pay him about $800 to clean it up, even though it's going to be cleaner before we leave. Oh, he was also, what's that dog doing there? You guys aren't allowed to have dogs. We write back, he's a comfort dog. He's qualified as a comfort. It's not true, but technically maybe you're not allowed to kick somebody off if it's a comfort dog. It is, you got the weird hustle, okay? And the truth is, you have a right to live in the property too. I found out later, because I looked some of this up, if you're going to stay on the property while people are on the property, legally you're supposed to let them know. So that was the one place he slipped up a little bit. Everything else, he was just letter of the law on us. Everything else, anyway, so that's what happened. Saturday, and I want to laugh and joke and stuff, but it was hurtful. It was hurtful because a lot of people didn't know what to do next. We had to jump into different plans. We had to come up with different options. And we had to, but you know what? This is a family that stuck together. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We actually did an amazing job. We didn't end up at the place that we wanted. Fishing was terrible for the weekend. We had a storm come through Friday, like a really bad squall, and it turned up the river bottom. Saturday, Captain Jeff is able to get a group of people out. All morning long, all they catch is 2 fish. So that didn't go well at all. So we're thinking, okay, Sunday morning, the river will be settled down. We're going to get another group of people out, and oh man, we're going to be fishing for the whole weekend. Kim and Mike and Nerdy and Laura all were able to go out on the boat. All morning long, they catch 2 fish. And I mean, they're fishermen. They know how to catch. And Jeff knows where to put you 4 fish. No fish. No walleye. So now I'm thinking, we're supposed to have a fish fry Sunday afternoon. No fish. And don't forget, we have to drive an hour up to Marine City to get on the boat now because it's not down the street like it was with our original plan. So the fishing isn't working out. The property isn't working out. None of the plans are working so-and-so. And it wasn't just his boat that wasn't catching. You could go up and down the river, and if you see somebody grab a net and reach into the water, they've caught a fish. Nobody was netting anything. So the fishing was a disappointment, and the property was a ripoff. The 10 people that were able to stay there didn't want to be there. They're like, there's no party here, and we can't feel like we can party here. So the 10 people that were allowed to stay at the party, what did Kim say? Don't have expectations, especially when you go fishing. So the 10 people that were allowed to stay at the property with their 4 cars, they didn't want to be there. They wanted to be over at the situation where we were, back in Ferndale. So the house got used for and you have to drive an hour back to your bed because the house is about an hour away. Just the key word is flexibility. That was the thing that I leaned on from everybody involved and understood. I did not hear, I got to tell you, I did not hear one person. Now, if they said it to each other somewhere, that's another thing. But I did not hear one word, none of this worked. I did not hear a complaint. I did not hear anybody talking about their level of disappointment. I never heard anybody. The worst we did, and we're still doing it, we're kind of talking trash about the landlord. That's it. The worst we're going to do is trash the landlord, the homeowner a little bit. And then the other thing I thought to myself is, you know what, you guys? You know what? And this is a true story. I'm not bragging. Let's say I sold everything I own. Everything I own, and I'm willing to take a little bit of a mortgage, right? Say I sell everything I own. I could buy a house like that. I might have to put a mortgage on it, but I could buy a house like that. I could live on the river in $1 million house, just like that guy has. I could even rip off Airbnb. I could do that to people. No, I can't. No, I can't. It almost takes a heart like that wouldn't be fair and understand and be flexible back and give us room to prove that we're the party that our previous ratings proved. I don't have that kind of a heart. I can't. I'll never own $1 million property on a river that is just sitting there waiting to be used, that I can kick everybody off of except for 10 people. I can't do it. And it takes a certain, well, I guess that's what it takes to be a millionaire. So as of Sunday, I decided, well, Friday night, I don't want to be a millionaire. I want to have 1 million friends instead. Okay? I want to have 1 million friends. I want to send 1 million things to 1 million people. Okay, I know, Herbie, I'd be at your party. It was my house. It's like, hey, everybody. Nick, you have to be willing to screw people hard to keep your $1 million happy and make more. That guy made $5,000 this weekend, or $4,000. You know how clean his house was when they left? Cleaner than when they got there. And he didn't even have anybody stay at his house. So that's not the person that I want to be. No judgment. Seriously, I'm just looking at myself and saying, what kind of person do I want to be? Well, this really is a bummer. I thought I had all these pictures on my phone that are not on my phone. So we're going to, yeah. I'm going to do this instead. Tomorrow I'll show pictures. I'll make sure that they're on my laptop. I'll make sure that I get these pictures loaded down to my laptop tomorrow so I can share actual pictures with you guys. Okay? But let me see what I have here. One second, excuse me. So, story over. At the end of the day, we had an outstanding weekend. I'm not even going to lie. Everything else went, not even a plan. We didn't have a plan. Everything else just went. And everything else was, it was absolutely amazing. Let me share somebody with you guys. Let me share somebody with you. Okay? I'll be doing this. Where's this? So this guy right here. This guy right here. This is the Woz. Do you guys remember we teased Woz? Remember we teased Woz about being the man behind the curtain, Oz? So this is the Woz. He came with Choop, okay? Choop is his son. We'll show some pictures. I'm so sorry I don't have very many pictures on this. Anyways, we'll figure it out. Woz. Pop's got a crush on Woz over the weekend. You can tell just by the way I'm looking up at him, like he's the most wonderful thing that ever lived. Woz and I have so much in common, it wasn't even funny. No, he's not a giant. I'm making the picture look like it. He's a big fella, big, strong guy. Woz and Pops, if I won't have to do sit-ups for about a month. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do sit-ups for at least a month because my stomach hurts so bad. My abdomen was so worked out every time I turned around. Woz and I were dying of laughter. It didn't matter pure, unadulterated. We were almost like teenage girl, giggly, tee-hee-hee laughter. I went to Woz. Didn't we go to a laugh fest? I can't begin to tell you how much I enjoyed this man and his contagious a giggle six-pack. I cannot even begin to tell you the joy and laughter that Woz brought to me and to almost everybody else there. Just side sore laughter. And this guy brought the most of it. In his hands were holding a moonshine. This was I love you, bro, and Choop too. We'll share some more pictures. What other pictures do I have in here? Give me a second. What are my other pictures? We got to give you this picture. Where is it? Give me a second. Give me a second. I thought I had a good picture of it. Wait a second. Here it is. 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 Okay. So this is Woz. This is Woz and Choop. This is Choopy and Woz. Sunday midday, Brock figured it out. Of course, I knew Friday night. I don't know if anyone else did. Sunday midday, Brock figured it out. Does anybody see the eyes looking sort of the same? Do those eyes look sort of the same? I'm just asking. What do you guys think? Are those eyes close to the same? Okay, well, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. This is father and son. This is father and son. And absolutely wonderful pair. I got a chance to talk to Woz's wife on the phone on a video call. And her comment, one of her big comments, besides thanks for making my husband such a happy man and her son. She said, the thing I'm most pleased with is to see the two of them get some time together alone out there traveling. It's a 12-hour drive for them here and a 12-hour drive home. So they got all this time to hang out together. Choop plays the guitar. Waz plays the guitar. We had a lot of guitar players there we'll talk about. But these two, mom and wife, were awfully happy that they were able to come. And I thought that was pretty cool. Choop's eyes, every woman in the world would like them. Okay? He's got the longest eyelashes, and they're not fake like some of these eyelashes we've seen out there. Deep, deep, dark blue. His are hazel and gorgeous. His, forget about it. You add the eyelash, and this guy's knocking them dead. Besides what a cute personality he has and how smart he is. And he plays the guitar. And he likes his dad. And his mom likes him. It's a lot of like going on. Great, great team right here. Final story with these two until I tell another story. So at the house here, with sleep arrangements at a premium, I asked, hey, Waz and Choopy, can you guys, I'm going to have you guys share a bed. You guys get one of the queen beds in the back bedroom. How's that sound? Oh, sure, Pops, no problem. Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. I think I've got it all handled. Later that evening, another spot becomes available. And I said to Choop, I said, instead of sleeping over there with your dad, why don't you sleep over here? He looks at me and he goes, what? He goes, I was going to sleep on the floor in my dad's room anyways. He goes, there is no way I'm sleeping next to my dad. And I'm like, I get it. They weren't going to tell me. They were going to go in there, pretend, and then they probably flipped a coin to figure out which one's. They didn't. Choop some Pops, you get the bed. I'll get the floor. Don't tell. Waz said he was worried about him rolling over or something. I didn't catch the whole story, but I thought it was absolutely adorable. It's like, thank you for the great place to sleep, Pops. Close the door. We're sleeping on the floor. That's the kind of kindness that was going on around here. Okay, let me give you another one. This guy, all right? We're going to be talking about everybody all week. I'll do a better job with the pictures tomorrow than I'm doing today, okay? They flip a pillow for bed position. This guy right here. Who knows who this is? Who's this? Come on now. Who is this? This is Greenie. Green Table Growers. This is Green Table. Greenie. I agree with you, Shallow, R.I.P. Bill. I met Bill once. Great guy. This is Greenie. He's also known as Kevin to his immediate family, but we call him Greenie. Okay? Greenie, what a handsome, fit, just a kind, of course. What a guy. But the key word there, Gypsy just nailed it. Generous. Greenie brings, and we're not done. Wait till we have some more generous people here to talk about. Greenie brought a backpack. And he opens up this backpack. I can't even remember what all. I know there were colonized Petri plates. I know there was, I have to be honest with you and tell you there was so much, I don't know. Greenie started taking stuff out of his backpack and putting it on the dose table where it's our donation table. Anybody wants anything off the table, take anything you want as much as you want. And we probably reloaded the table. No joke. We probably, once something was missing, we'd try to reload it. Okay? He had the never-ending backpack. So did Nerdy. We'll talk about Nerdy's backpack in a little bit. Greenie's, by the time Greenie was done loading the table with his first load, just his first load, I had to go down to the basement, get a roll of duct tape, and tape the table legs together for extra strength. Because he had put so much weight on the table, I was afraid that the legs of the table were going to collapse. So, thank goodness that didn't happen. But Greenie brought so much stuff that the legs of the table were ready to collapse. So, we caught that just in time. A good 50 pounds of kindness, Wazzy. Maybe more. Okay? And all kinds of stuff. It's just one of the pounds. That's just one of the pounds. It was unbelievable. And here's the one of I took it all, Greenie. I love myself some green table growers, and it was really neat to find out that he lives close, within about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive from here. He lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So Greenie's going to be seeing a little bit more of me. I'm going to be heading over to Western Michigan, and I'm going to make sure that I run into Greenie. Okay? We're going to develop a closer relationship based off of geography alone. So I tell you what, I love me some green table grower. Let me see if I have another picture here real quick. Give me a second. Okay, we're definitely going to connect, Kev. I love you and thank you for everything that you did for us. Okay, let's just go back to a couple more pictures that I have of Waz. Share these and then we'll move on. Here, let me share these pictures from this right here is Waz with Herbie. Herbie von Werby Kebab. We'll be talking about Herbie tomorrow extensively. We've got a lot to say about Herbie. And what a nice, I mean, nice with capital N-I-C, capital E. Nice man. And extremely smart. Yeah, he was able to help out one of our new friends by helping them understand dosing a little bit more. I'll talk to you guys about that tomorrow. Waz with Jupe. Waz with Pops. And then this is one of my favorite pictures right here. The threesome. I got the two together with Poppy. Okay? So those, oh, look at that. That's with Brock. That's the Choops and the Wazes with Brock. That's a really good picture, you guys. See how Waz smiles? Yeah, it's pretty permanent. Yeah, it's pretty permanent. Okay. Nerdy. Let me see if I... Hold on. Nerdy surprised the heck out of me. Nerdy surprised that... Oh, there's so many people in there for us to talk about. Hold on. Hold everything. Where's Nerdy? I want to read something to you guys. We just talked about green table growers. Let me read this to you, okay? This came from Greenie. This came from Greenie. Hey, Pops, thanks again for hosting. It was great to meet everyone and get time to hear some of their stories. I love our group and appreciate everyone. I do too. I miss you guys so much. I had separation anxiety last night. I have so many things in common with you and the crew, and it warms my heart to share and hear all of the life stories and passions and fears. Everyone on the T crew has something to offer in their experiences and journey that can help someone else if we're honest with each other. Key. Thanks for starting. This is gonna get ready for the word. Get ready for this word. Thanks for starting this cult of awesome people that are making small pieces of this world a better place. Goosebumps. Also, listen, help me out here. Help Greenie out. I did forget to take pictures because I was having so much fun. Is there any way for you to get some pictures sent over to me? Anyone is free to send pictures to this email address. And if you could blast out to everyone during the show this week, I would be eternally grateful. Is Sandman leaving? Sandman, have a great day. Be here tomorrow. We're going to be talking about you. And happy birthday to Carlotta today. Happy birthday, Carlotta. Happy birthday. We already had something. We sent off something already. Happy birthday to Carlotta. I haven't seen her here this morning. Green Table Growers. Can you guys please send any of your pictures, anything you have? I want you to send. Here's the address. It's all one word. Green Table Gardens at gmail.com. Green Table Gardens at gmail.com. And if you guys could please, well, good morning to Jocelyn. If you guys could please send any of your extra pictures, I bet you Greenie would just love to see whatever pictures. It's terrible when you go to a mush fest like this and you don't have the pictures. I've done that once before, and I was always sad that I didn't have more pictures. So get those pictures over to Greenie, and thank you everybody that is saying happy birthday to Carlotta too. What a wonderful, wonderful lady, and we really wouldn't have pulled this fest off if it weren't for Sandy and Carlotta doing all the background work, put it together. They had the big plan. It was the big house. Didn't work out. We all got flexible. So Green Table Growers, thank you, Derek Anderson. Green Table Gardens at gmail.com. Let's get that sent out. Greenie deserves pictures. The amount of stuff that he left behind, and he didn't even get a picture. Okay? Herbie, you didn't take many pictures either. So Herbie, if you have something you want to send it to Herbie, please do that as well. And tomorrow I'll do a better job of sharing these pictures. Okay? I'm going to close today with talking about one other person, and then I'm going to try to touch on everybody that I remember being here and talk about them individually through the rest of this week. Is that okay with you guys? I mean this sincerely, especially those of you that didn't go, I don't want to bore you guys or come on, man, it's not all we're going to talk about. For this week, I'd like to celebrate the fest, the people that were there, give you a little thumbnail sketch on them and a few little things that may or may not have happened. If that's okay, give me 5 people that think it's okay if I do that. All right? And then next week, we'll be back into our regular routine, I promise. Okay? Sound good to you guys? I want to do a giveaway anyways right now. One of the things we're going to give away right now. Watch this. We'll talk about her tomorrow. But we're going to give away something from her today. I can't do it without talking about her. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that one tomorrow. Gypsy Life and Preston, get ready. Today, Fizzy Chewy Kool-Aid Mushmallows. Only for 21 plus year olds. Infused marshmallow. This marshmallow has 1 gram infused psilocybin inside this marshmallow. This is a creation. This is a creation from Nerd Nature. My favorite of the whole weekend. No joke. My favorite thing, because I like licorice anyways. Licorice fish. Gummies. Little on the souries. Little fish. Each of these is infused. Infused licorice fish. He started with a tincture and he made his own gummies. This is just a few of his creations. Oh, Trip, I love black licorice. It's the licorice fish. Nerd Nature. Nerdy had a backpack. Every time you turned around, Nerdy would reach into his backpack and pull out some other creation. Nerdy'd reach in his backpack and he'd pull out something else. Nerdy'd reach in his backpack and he'd pull out something. People were dying for these. These, I personally haven't eaten mine yet. This is mine. I personally haven't eaten one yet. But this was the hit. People were like walking around asking for more marshmallows. He was an absolute mad scientist. Ask 5280 all day. So guess what I find out? Guess what I find out? Because we have a chance. I didn't know so much of this. And I got to tell you, I was, what's the right word? I was both a proud person and at the same time, how are you super proud and super humble at the same time? How does that happen? Shane, reach out to Nerdy and ask him. How can you be like super proud but completely humbled at the same time? Here's how, for me. When I find out our ripple is rippling its own, that's what being a dad feels like, you know. Gosh, you're making me want to cry. People were just so beautiful and that came to my home and shared and gave. Just proud beyond belief. Humbled beyond belief. Oh, no, Mr. Phillips, I gotta hold back. Humbled beyond belief, but proud. Proud of each and every one of you. This particular situation. I'm talking with Nerdy, and what do I find out? I didn't know any of this. I didn't know a single thing about this. There's a group that have started up in Colorado, Denver. Now, we know Denver's completely decrimmed on their psilocybin. They are like extremely progressive, always have been. and they're kind of following the Oregon model. Michigan, we have 2 counties here that are completely decrim, so we're moving in that direction too. But we have a group within a group that understand that and are already so forward thinking to growing mycology in their community and around the world. And that group is called the Colorado Myco League. Colorado Myco League. I never knew. But we have right here amongst us members of the Colorado Myco League. From my understanding, Nerdy's one of the starters of this program. And guess who else? You're not going to be surprised. You won't get a surprise. Deborah Pearl. Deborah Pearl's in the group. One of the strong functioning members. Guess who else is in the group? Right there. 5280 all day. I never once put together here when I read 5280 all day and I'm scrolling out and you guys hear me sometimes go 5280 half the day, not all day, but half the day. You guys hear me say that? I never once thought to myself 5280. How many feet of elevation is it in Denver? It's called the Mile High City, am I right? How many feet are there in a mile? 5,280. Duh. Thanks, Mr. Jeopardy, that never figured that out. I never put that together. I just thought it was 5,280 all day means we're talking about somebody from Denver. I love your name, 5280 all day. Now even more than before, I might not even make fun of it anymore. Oh, I probably will. 5280 all days in the group. Guess what? We'll find out. Kim and Mike are in the group. Kimberly the Golden Bolden. MVP. They're in the group. They drive up from Texas to do it, to be in this group. Kim, we find out, is, I think, the secretary. No, treasurer. I think Deborah is the secretary of the group. Nerdy's saying 5280 is friggin' cool AF. You guys, do you understand what I'm talking about right here? Do you understand that you can start your own Myco League in your own town? There's people all around. There's people within us that are going to help start this. You know what they do? They try to once a month get together and have workshops. They don't just talk about it, you guys. They get together like once a month and they have workshops. This is a vision. This makes me so proud. Not that I had anything to do with it, that they're doing something. Once a month, they try to have workshops, bring people together, and teach them how to make their own tubs. The people leave these gatherings. They don't just sit around and smoke weed and talk about it. They're teaching and bringing in new people. Once a month gatherings as they grow it. Michigan, Greenie, we can do that. The Michigan Myco League. I like the word league. I'm very, very, very. Deborah's saying it's all because of Nerdy. I was clueless. You meet Nerdy. Where's his? Where is it? Give me 1 second. Here we go. You meet Nerdy, and I don't know what happened, but he genetically is incapable, I think, he seems to be genetically incapable of frowning. His mouth doesn't go upside down. It doesn't. I'm telling you, in the 72 to 80 hours that I hung around him, it didn't matter. Every time his head would turn and look at you, there was a smile from here to here. He's a walking, living, all he does is smile. He has the nicest smile, and it never left his face. So one of these days, nerdy, send me a picture of you not smile. Don't do that. I've never seen anybody with more of a smile, more of a walking goodwill. And then his backpack filled with every new invention. I'm like, Pops thought he was setting the world on fire with these new ideas. I'm glad to see somebody else firing further and faster. Here is one of Nerdy's stickers. So Nerdy's got hair like that, and he's got glasses like that. I told Nerdy, these are great. The sticker, it's a great sticker. Deborah Pearl, there's one thing missing off of this sticker. There's one thing missing off of this sticker. Where's the smile? I want him to put just a smile on this. I said, go back and get these reprinted, and there should be like a smile right there. And he was like, really, Pops? I go, really, Nerdy. I love Nerdy. I love me some nerdy nature. Deborah Pearl, we should have known that you were involved in something like that with the goodness and the kindness that you show everybody. Kim and 5280 all day. And the mountain is the smile. But I think this it just needs like a little black smiley face right there. But what a pleasure to get to know you, my friend. Keep up the good work in Colorado, all of you. Spread the goodness and kindness that you showed everybody here this weekend. Continue to do that. The examples that you guys are setting both in your community and probably in your personal lives have got to be absolutely phenomenal. Thank you both. Thank you all. 5280 all day. Who knew? I'm over here. I also didn't know. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. 5280 all day is a lady. I'm sorry. The whole time I'm thinking I was talking and making, goofing around with the guy. The women are taking over mycology, you guys. The women know exactly what they're doing. And they're spreading love and goodness too. Fantastic day today. We just ran out of time. Let me do a quick little reading. It's very, very quick. I'm going to do this quick reading. We're going to continue to talk about if I didn't talk about you today, I'm going to talk about you tomorrow or someday this week. And we'll fix this download of pictures, get the pictures better. Are you guys having a good time this morning listening to all the stories? Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that are glad we could at least discuss some of us. Good morning to In a Pinch. Give me 5 people that are glad that we were able to get together and we get to know each other more and more personally. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time. And the people. How's this? Feeling your feelings. Feeling your feelings. Cobalt, it was great to hug you too. I'm going to talk about you guys this week. The fastest way to freedom is to feel your feelings. Pops is feeling it this morning. I got the feels this morning. The fastest way to my feelings. The fastest way to freedom for me is to feel them. Oh, Michael Patterson too. Oh, Gypsy, we got so much to talk about. The fastest way to freedom is to feel your feelings. Do you know how easy it is to bottle up? Pretend. Be stronger than. Don't let them see you sweat. I don't want to be that guy. I also don't want to be a miser millionaire. You know, this sounds pretty simple. It's easy to know you have feelings. It's easy to know their weight and agitation and the suddenness of mood. It's another thing. It's another matter altogether to feel them. That is, let them penetrate your being the way a wind snaps a flag. Did you hear that? Let your feelings snap you like wind snaps a flag. And these are good feelings and bad feelings. We tend to relish the bad feelings and scoot right past the good. Like we didn't really deserve to feel that. Or it's so fleeting. Let me go back to what's normal for me, and that's a bad feeling. It's necessary, because if we don't feel our feelings all the way through, they never leave us. If we don't feel our feelings all the way through, they never leave us. And then we do all kinds of unusual things to get them under control. Cocaine addict. I didn't feel my feelings. So I did all kinds of crazy stuff to get them under control. I didn't feel them all the way through me. Today I do. Today I do. I diverted myself many times by becoming involved in what surrounds my pain and sadness, while never feeling the thing itself. So when someone asks me how I feel, I end up rewinding and retelling the circumstance of the pain, not the feeling of it. We talk about where it came from and why it came, but we don't talk about what the real feeling of it is. We also strategize about what to do about it, but don't feel it. We anticipate reactions, but we don't feel what's mine, what's in me. We swim through anger of injustice without diving into the wound. Oh, it's not fair. There it is, it's so not fair. Dive into the wound. What makes you think it's unfair? What makes you feel that? When you walk all the way through it, there's the other side. It gets to leave you now. Though we fear it, feeling our feelings is the only clear and direct way to free our hearts. Small reading this morning, but it's very, very powerful. Boy, am I getting my feelings today, and I'm going to walk through them. I'm going to go ahead and cry a little bit because I missed some of you. And I'm going to laugh, and I'm going to look at pictures. I'm going to remember some amazing conversations and donations. And then I'm going to feel sad for a little while again. But I'm going to go through it so it doesn't stay in me. So I don't end up some kind of depressed over any of it. I want to go through it all. Walk through this. And I'll end up at the side that just remembers the amazing stuff that we did together. We'll talk about this some more tomorrow, especially our friends and our people and all the things. Can we share pictures? Can we get If anybody has pictures that they want me to see, that they want me to share, send them to me. I'm going to start downloading them, and we'll get all of this stuff out this weekend. I mean, this week. We just want to share. Okay? I appreciate you guys more than you can ever know. And the flexibility that every single one of you showed for things not going according to plan. But we got through it in the most amazing way, and I think we're a better and deeper family for it. We're a better and deeper family. So I do have some giveaways, but I'm not going to make today a giveaway day. We'll do giveaways the rest of this week. I just want to tell you guys thank you. Things that started out in such a, not the way we planned. At the end of our weekend didn't matter one single bit. What mattered was all of the relationships that I learned and I deepened and I developed more of, and the stuff I learned about all of you guys. And again, if I didn't talk about you today, I'll talk about you guys I'll try to get to everybody that I can over the week. Okay? I don't even want to leave, but I have to get over to my grow house. Things never go according to plan. Boy, I have so much to talk about. We will, in a pinch, I'm in Michigan. I will see you guys here tomorrow. Same mush time, same mush channel. And if it's okay with 5 people tomorrow, we'll keep talking about everybody that came here and all of the goodness and kindness that we all experienced. Sound good? Feel your feelings all the way through. I love that. Let them act like the wind snapping a flag. I felt it all the way through. Have a good day. I'm going to scroll you guys out. In a Pinch and Joe D's and Woody K. An Exception. Thank you, Exception. We have some stuff to talk about. Cobalt and Woody K. and Christopher Larson and Julius Stacks and Kimberly. Kimberly the Golden Bolden. Charlie Ray Merritt and Tree Stump. Juan Padilla and Matt. You know what Waz told me? He goes, Pops, you know one of the funnest things for us is when you scroll out and you mention all of us. It reminds me back when Hobo Kelly or whatever that lady was, she used to talk about your birthday. She used to, and I see him out there, and I see Johnny, and happy birthday, Mary. And he got all butthurt one year because he had sent in, and she never said his birthday. Finally, one day, she goes, and I see you out there, Bruce. He turned around to his mom and said, Mom, she sees me. I see each and every one of you. I see every single person here. Julius and Cobalt and Pilar and Kimberly and Michael Allen and Jimmy Max and Deborah Pearl and Herbs and Mr. Marmars and Free and Laura. Have a divine day. Oh, is she divine? We'll have to tell you. Jolie too and Nipper and Christopher Larson and Green Table Gardens and Cobalt and Abilene and Holly M and Satterwolf and One and R&R and D. Anderson and Nippy and Vague. And Shane the Meek and 5280, not half the day, not 3/4 of the day, but all day. Sean P. and Ghastly and Enormous and Herbie. I think it was Romper Room. Paige and Pilar and Christopher and Gypsy Life and Lexington, Felix and Saturn and Holly M. and B. Hendricks and Lynetta Henderson. Good morning, Lynetta. SSW and Holly and Tree Stump and Holly and Exception. Two Hawks, caw. And Woody K. and Julius and Juan and Cleany and Badgie. Oh, I love me some Badgie and Julius and Was. There's my guy. And Shawnee and Kenneth and Satter and Pops. Peace. See you kids tomorrow. Be good, be kind, be impeccable. Don't take things personal. Work on not having assumptions. And always do your best. And happy birthday to Carlotta.
Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
to Carl.